Okay, so this is the control website for our PTZ camera. This controls what our wide shot looks like, what our tight shot looks like, and ultimately what our different campuses are receiving from us, or what the broadcast would receive from us. So to get to this website, literally you can manually type in this IP address, because it's the IP address for the PTZ camera, or when you go to a new window, Westcam PTZ is saved as a favorite. So when you hit that, the IP address will populate and you'll see everything here. So right now, we're in the live view of this PTZ camera, which is not the place where you should be trying to adjust the camera shot and the coloring. It's really the place where you can create different presets and things, but we don't need to use any of those. Really what you need to know is going to this setup page. So it takes a little bit for it to load, or more than a little bit. Hopefully it'll be quicker right now. If it takes a long time, then I'll just edit and cut this video. But the setup page is really what matters, because that way you can more precisely see what you're showing as your wide shot and what you're showing as your crop shot. So right now in the live view, it will only always show you the wide shot. This is literally everything that your camera sees. So you won't be able to know what your crop shot looks like if you're still on the live page. You want to make sure that you go to setup. Again, it takes a long time for it to load, but it should load here soon. Blue bars moving across. Stand by. Okay, great, there it goes. So now you're on the setup page. You can tell you're on the setup page because the setup page tab is light gray. You'll see on the left hand side you have a lot of different setup menu options here. You'll want to go to UHD crop, because that's where you can see the difference between your full shot and the crop shot, or in our terms, the wide shot and the tight shot. So right now, what you really want to pay attention to is this IP out. It's what the PTZ camera is actually seeing. So right now it's in full view, so it shows the wide shot. Full view is the wide shot, so that's what you're seeing there. And then if I change to crop, this is the tight shot. This is the cropped shot that the broadcast sees. So if I want to adjust what this crop shot looks like, you can see this yellow rectangle down here, and I've got these arrows here. So I can move that crop shot around anywhere in this box with these arrows. If I want to adjust the wide shot, I'm going to use these arrows here to move the camera around. I can adjust the speed of how the camera moves. So if I make this slower and then I hit one of these arrows, the camera will adjust more slowly. I would recommend moving it like on really slow, because when it's fast, it moves really fast and you can never line up the shot how you want to. So before moving the camera or the crop shot, I would set this speed to pretty low so that when I'm moving it, it goes slow. And then if I want to zoom in or zoom out, that also goes slower. So T is tight, which makes you zoom in. W is wide, which makes you zoom out. And so you can click those to zoom in or out. And then focus is literally what it is. You're focusing either far or near, so it's the way you could dial in the clarity of the shot here. So this crop box always stays the same size. And so, but know that if you adjust the wide shot here, if you're in full mode and you're adjusting this stuff up here, it will ultimately affect your crop shot. It'll move it around. Like if you zoom out, your crop shot, your tight view is gonna look a lot bigger than you want it to be. So just be cognizant of that when you're moving this around, and make sure that you hit crop so you can check what you're seeing here and then go down here to line that up. One other place you want to know about on this site for the PTZ camera is the image adjust page in the setup menu. So this only thing that you need to know about this window is the picture tab, so that you can ensure that the auto white balance is set to A. This helps whoever is preaching on stage not look orange. They could look their normal color and everything. Basically, this gives you a more bluish tint of a white balance, and auto white balance B gives you a more like reddish oranges white. Well, I can't speak. Auto white balance B gives you a more orange white balance. So keep it on auto white balance A, and then you can go back to UHD crop so that you are back to settings where you can move the camera around, move the crop shot around, and see what exactly you need to see. But for your wide shot, just so you guys know, we always want it to be zoomed in enough to where we're kind of at the top of that lyric projector screen. We want our other congregations to see this full screen, and we want to be as close to the stage as we can while being able to see the full screen and be able to see the drummer, bass player, guitar player, and keys player, and everything in between. So this is where that wide shot will always live. Looks just like that. And then our crop shot, we always want it to be just like this, where it's just barely the bottom of the lyric projector screen. And then when Ross stands in the middle, it looks pretty large there and almost coming up on both ends of the carpet. That's kind of how you can tell that you're in the right place for the tight shot. This is good to know in case I'm not here on a streaming Sunday and you guys need to adjust the camera. Literally, this page is almost always pulled up. Most of the time when you find this computer, it's asleep. It's like this, but if you want to pull it up, just move the camera or move the mouse. Well, it pulled up there. If it asks for a password, the password for all of these computers except for the Living as One is the Stone, all lowercase with the O and Stone being a 0. So there you have it. Again, these videos can only show you so much, and so I want to do hands-on small group training with you all, and I hope I get to do that soon.